Hi friends, welcome to day 5 of the 10-day yoga challenge. Today we'll be talking about the third limb of yoga, which is asana. Asana is the physical practice of yoga, and technically asana is Sanskrit for seat. This is interesting to me because although we do a lot of standing and almost dance-like postures in our modern yoga classes, traditionally the sages in India did a lot of seated postures. And this really benefited them because they had more active lifestyles, and the more active postures that we have in our modern Western yoga really benefit us because we have much more sedentary lifestyles. So they are really different, but both are beneficial. A lot of the poses that we do in our modern yoga classes actually have some lineage back to Swedish gymnastics. So it's definitely different, definitely different than what the Indian sages were practicing. There's this these two words in Sanskrit, stira and sukha. And stira is this strength, steadiness, stability, and sukha is ease, comfort, relaxation. And the idea is that when you're practicing yoga poses, that you are practicing both of those equally. A lot of fitness forms or types of exercise focus on strength, 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 strength. And that's great. But in yoga, we also focus equally on ease, comfort. How does your body feel? And so it's important to take the modification that makes it possible for you to practice both the strength as well as the ease. All right, so remember to use your modifications today, and we will get moving on your mat.
Hi friends! Go ahead and grab your blocks if you have them, move them off to the side, and then roll over to your hands and knees. Bring your big toes to touch, send your hips back for a child's pose. Your knees can be as wide as feels comfortable for you. And then reach your hands forward, palms face down on the mat. Take a few really deep breaths here. We'll be here for a little bit. All right, now walk your hands over to the right side of the mat, getting a stretch through the left side of your body. Your legs will stay exactly where they are. And come through center, walk your hands over to the left side now. Come back to center. Keep your legs exactly where they are. Your toes will stay touching, but slide your hands back and come up to a tabletop with your toes touching. Send your hips back to child's pose. Do that a couple of more times. Rock up, and then send your hips back. Rock up, and send your hips back. Rock up, and this time stay in your tabletop. Bring your knees underneath your hips, hands underneath your shoulders, and begin to take some cat-cows, dropping your belly as you inhale and curving your spine as you exhale. Inhale, heart comes forward, gaze comes forward. Exhale, really push into the mat, curve your spine. Move with your own breath here, and feel free to get creative and move side to side a little bit. Come to a neutral spine, extend your right arm in front of you and your left leg behind you. You can modify by keeping your right hand on the mat. Exhale, curl in, elbow to knee or knee to nose. Lengthen. Curl in as you exhale. Lengthen. Curl in. And inhale to lengthen. Plant your right hand, come to the ball of your left foot, and really push into your heel to get a calf stretch. Now spin your right foot off of the mat and come to a supported side plank. Reach your left arm up and over, get a nice stretch through the left side body, and then come back to your tabletop position. Extend your left arm in front of you, right leg behind you at hip height. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl in and lengthen. Last time, curling in and lengthen. Plant your left hand, come to the ball of your right foot, and send your heel back, getting a calf stretch. Then spin your left foot off the mat and find your supported side plank. Right arm reaches up and over, getting a nice side stretch. Come back to your tabletop position. Bring your big toes to touch, send your hips back, find a child's pose here. Come up to a tabletop position, and then walk your hands a handprint forward, tuck your toes, find downward facing dog. Take several breaths to really pedal your feet out, bending one knee and then the other, and getting your legs ready for this pose. And then let both heels reach to the back of the mat. Your hands are about shoulder width distance apart here, and make sure that the eyes of your elbows or that the insides of your elbows are facing forward. Inhale, roll forward to a plank pose. Exhale, hips go high, down dog. Inhale your right leg up and back to a three-legged dog, and then step it forward between your hands. Drop your left knee to the mat. Arms will come up overhead to a low lunge, palms facing each other. On your next exhale, bring your left hand either to a block or to the mat, and your right hand to the top of your right thigh. Gaze over your right shoulder here. Bring both hands back to the mat, and then grab your blocks if you have them. Tuck your back toes, lift your left knee up off the mat, and begin to bend and straighten your right knee a few times. Frame your front foot, step your right foot back to meet your left for plank pose. And then exhale, lower your knees to the mat, shift your shoulders forward, lower all the way down, hugging your elbows in. Inhale to a little baby cobra. Option to lift your hands up off the mat here, really squeezing your shoulder blades together. Lower down and release. And then do it again. Inhale to a cobra. And lower down. Come through tabletop. Tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up and back. Step it forward between your hands. Lower your right knee to the mat. Arms will come up overhead. Bring your left hand to the top of your left thigh and your right hand either to a block or to the mat. Gaze over your left shoulder here. Release, grab both of your blocks, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee up off the mat, and then begin to bend and straighten your left knee. Frame your front foot, step back to plank pose. Drop your knees to the mat, shift your shoulders forward, and lower all the way down. Lift your heart up, baby cobra. Option to lift your hands. Lower down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower. Come through your tabletop position. Tuck your toes, find downward facing dog. Begin to tiptoe your feet to the front of the mat. When you get there, hang out in a forward fold. You can grab opposite elbows here and sway a little bit. Keep it nice and soft. Inhale, half lift, hands comes to your shins. Exhale, fold, and then reach your arms up overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Hands come to heart center. We'll do some sun salutations. Inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive over, forward fold. Step your right foot back and then your left, down dog. Roll forward into a plank pose and then lower all the way down to the mat. Heart lifts for a cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up and back. Step it forward between your hands. Peel your right fingertips up, take a twist to the right side. Frame your front foot. Left foot steps up to meet your right half lift. Fold in. Inhale, arms up overhead. Exhale, swan dive over. Step your left foot back and then your right, down dog. Roll forward into a plank pose and then lower all the way down. Cobra pose as you breathe in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. Exhale, step it forward between your hands. Left fingertips will peel up. And then frame your front foot. Step your right foot up to meet your left half lift. Fold in as you exhale. Arms come up overhead as you breathe in. Hands come to heart center. Inhale your arms up overhead, palms facing each other, and sit back in an imaginary chair here. So your big toes can come to touch, or you can have a little bit of space between your feet. Now fold forward and step back to a downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up and back. Step it forward between your hands and spin the sole of your left foot down. Warrior 2. Deep bend in the right knee here. Arms are wide. Flip your right palm up. Palms come up overhead. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale, warrior 2. Flip your right palm up, reach up and back, peaceful warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Bring your right forearm to your right thigh. Left bicep will come over your left ear. So you have this long line all the way from your left heel to your left fingertips. Inhale, warrior 2. Flip your right palm up, peaceful warrior. Windmill your arms down to frame your front foot. Step your right foot back to meet your left, and then lower all the way down. Untuck your toes, lift your heart up for cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up and back. Step it forward between your hands and spin the sole of your right foot down. Warrior 2. Deep bend in the left knee, arms are wide, shoulders are pressed down and away from your ears. And gaze over your left fingertips. Inhale your arms up overhead, straighten your left leg. Exhale, bend. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, arms wide. Inhale, straightening the left leg. Exhale, bending. Flip your left palm up, reach up and back, peaceful warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Left forearm to left thigh, right bicep over right ear. Keep pushing into the pinky side edge of your right foot here. Inhale up to warrior 2. Flip your left palm up, reach up and back, peaceful warrior, and then windmill your arms down to frame your left foot. Step back to plank pose and lower down through your vinyasa. Inhale up to your cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up and back. Step it forward between your hands. Spin your back heel down, warrior 2. We'll be adding on a little this time. Inhale, straighten your right leg, arms come up. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, flying warrior. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, warrior two, bending the right knee. Right palm flips up, reach up and back, peaceful warrior. Exhale, extended side angle, right forearm to right thigh. Left bicep can be over left ear, or you can wrap it around your lower back, palm face out. Release your half bind, come up to a warrior two. Sweep your arms to the left side, find a rainbow warrior. Arms come up overhead to high prayer, and then bring your prayer through heart center to a forward fold. You have the option here to bend one knee and then the other, sway side to side a little bit, or if you want to find some stillness, that's fine too. Inhale, come up through center, bending both knees, and then turn your heels in, toes out, find goddess pose, sinking your hips. Inhale to star, straighten your arms and legs. Exhale, bend. Inhale, star. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, star. Exhale, goddess. Hold here. Inhale to star. Open up to warrior two, bending into your right knee. Flip your right palm up, peaceful warrior. And then windmill your arms down to frame your front foot. Step your right foot back to meet your left and lower down as you exhale. Inhale up to your cobra. Exhale. Come through table, tuck your toes, down dog. Inhale your left leg up and back. Step it forward between your hands, find your warrior two. Arms are wide. Growing tall through your spine. Inhale to flying warrior, arms reach up. Exhale, bend your left knee, warrior two. Inhale, flying warrior. Exhale, bending into warrior two. Last time, reaching up, straightening your leg. Exhale, warrior two. Left palm flips up, reach up and back, peaceful warrior. Exhale, extended side angle. Left forearm to left thigh, right bicep over right ear, and then option to take the half bind if you did it on the other side. Right arm around your lower back, palm face out. Release your bind, rise up to warrior two. Now sweep your arms to the right, flex your left toes up, rainbow warrior. Straighten your legs, then bring your prayer through heart center, forward fold. Option to bend your knees here or just hang out in the forward fold. You can even grab your ankles or big toes, but wherever you are, try to make sure that your weight is more in the balls of your feet rather than in your heels. Bring your hands to your hips, roll up slowly. Arms come up overhead. Now bend your knees, toes turned out, heels turned in, and find goddess pose. Bring your right elbow towards your right knee and tap it. Left elbow to left knee and tap. Right elbow to right knee and tap. Left elbow to left knee and tap. You can keep doing this or just hold goddess pose, your choice. Inhale to your star pose. Exhale, warrior two. Flip your left palm up, reach up and back, peaceful warrior. Windmill your arms down to frame your front foot and step back to plank pose. Lower down as you exhale. Inhale up to your cobra or up dog. Exhale, child's pose. Big toes come to touch. Send your hips back, forehead down. Return to your breath here. See if you can extend your inhales and your exhales a little bit longer. Inhale up to a tabletop position. Tuck your toes, find down dog. Inhale your right leg up and back. Step it forward between your hands and peel your right fingertips up for a twist. Now grab your blocks if you have them, or walk your hands forward on the floor for Warrior 3. Warrior 3 is a balancing posture with the toes flexed behind you. Tuck your left knee behind your right and curtsy. Lengthen as you inhale. Do that 2 more times. Curtsy and lengthen, curtsy and lengthen. Option to play with your balance here, bringing your hands to prayer or out beside you. And then step to a forward fold. Rise up, find chair pose, sitting your hips back, arms up overhead. Bring your hands to heart center and twist to your right. You can keep your hands in prayer or open your arms wide for an open twist. Arms come back up, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Step back to your downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up and back. Step it forward between your hands and peel your left fingertips up for a twist. Grab your blocks or walk your hands forward. Find Warrior 3. Flex your right toes down. Tuck your right knee behind your left. Lengthen as you inhale. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curtsy. Inhale, lengthen. Option to play with your balance here. Maybe hands come to prayer or wide. And then step to a forward fold. Find your chair pose, sitting your hips back, arms will come up overhead. Hands come to prayer, and then twist to your left. Right elbow to the outside of your left thigh, and then maybe you open up your twist if you did that on the other side. Come back to your chair pose. And then forward fold. Step back to your down dog. Drop to a tabletop. And then begin to walk your hands forward, keeping your hips over your knees. Find puppy pose. Walk your hands as far forward as you can and let your forehead come to the mat or to a block. Begin to walk your hands back, come back to tabletop, sit back, swing your hips around, and come to lay all the way down on your back with your feet planted right near your glutes. Begin to push into your feet, lift your hips up. This is bridge pose. On your next exhale, begin to release and lower down slowly. We'll do bridge again, and you have the option this time. You can push into your feet, lift your hips up, and then maybe you interlace your fingers behind your lower back and wiggle your shoulders up underneath you a little bit more. And this turns this into a bit more of a heart opener. You can even lift to the balls of your feet. Release your fingers, slowly lower down, and let your heels find the ground. Now step your feet about as wide as your mat, let your knees come to touch, and let your arms come wide. Begin to windshield wipe your knees side to side very gently. Extend your left leg and hug your right knee into your chest, and then send your right knee over to the left for a supine twist. And you can gaze over your right shoulder for this. Unwind, step both feet to the mat and come to neutral. And then extend your right leg long, hug your left knee in, and send it over to the right side. Gaze over your left shoulder. Begin to release. Step your left foot to the mat and your right, and then hug your knees into your chest and make some small circles with your knees. Make sure to go both ways. Rock your way up to a seat. Next, we'll be doing butterfly. Bring the soles of your feet to touch, let your knees come wide, and then fold forward. Slowly roll up to a tall spine and then extend your legs straight out in front of you for Paschimottanasana. Inhale your arms up and then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, slowly roll up to a tall spine and then lay all the way down on your mat. Take this time to fully relax, get settled into your Shavasana, and I will let you know when it's time to come out of it. Begin to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Shake your head side to side and reach your arms up overhead for a nice long stretch. Step your feet to the mat one at a time. Roll over to your side and curl up into a fetal position. Push your way up to a seat, come to Sukhasana, and then inhale your arms up overhead. Join me for a round of Om. Om. Thank you.